What is up, guys? Welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to walk you around and show you my dream boat. This is my custom Gheenoe LT25. All right, here she is in all her glory. My custom Gheenoe LT25. This is a 2024 model I had ordered straight from the factory in Titusville, Florida. And like I said, I have been drooling over this boat for a couple years now. I had a Gheenoe Highsider 15.4, and then I had a custom Gheenoe LT10. Let's start the walk around with the most obvious, which is going to be the motor. This is a 2023 Yamaha F25 tiller. It weighs in at 126 pounds. It is super light, super fuel efficient. I get about 10 to 12 miles per gallon out of this. I run a 3-gallon tank and I can get about 30 plus miles on that tank. Super nice, super efficient. And you'll see in the very back hatch here, this is where I have my 3-gallon gas tank, all my wiring, bilge pump, aerator, all of that good stuff. So the next best thing about this boat is going to be my Bob's tilt and trim unit right here. This is going to come in super handy, especially when running in really skinny water. So one of the things that I really love about this is that I'm able to now jack my motor up and down, and it also works as a fixed jack plate. So right now I have it at about 2.5–3 inches up from the top of the transom, and you'll see as I jack it up or down here, super smooth, pretty quick, not too fast, but not too slow. I love that you can hear it moving and working, so I know if I'm ever jacking it up on accident, or hopefully that's not the case. But yes, so that was one of my big add-ons for this boat. My second big add-on for this boat was my Simrad. This is a Simrad Go 9, the XSE model. I have that wired up, and I have it on the 3-in-1 active imaging transducer right here, which I mounted onto a stern saver. I don't like drilling holes into my boat unless I absolutely have to. Obviously the jack plate is bolted down and the motor is also bolted down as well, but other than that, I really don't like putting any holes in the boat. Moving on, so I'll go ahead and show you all the hatches. I know I just showed you this one, but this is, I have plenty of room in there. Honestly, I could run a 6-gallon tank, but I don't think I'll ever really need to. So one of the biggest upgrades on this boat was having way more storage. So this right here is kind of my little space. I have all my lures in here. I have tackle underneath here. I have my GoPro stuff, sunblock, all of that good stuff, hat, sunglasses. Have a couple PFDs there, some waterproof bags. And moving on, let's go ahead and do the hatches first. So this is the front hatch. This is whoever is riding in the boat with me pretty much has access to this one. And I have like an area here they can put their phone or whatever. I have a towel, throwables, another PFD, a spare paddle if I'm ever in really shallow water and I don't want to pole or anything like that. I have an extra 1.5 gallons of fuel always stored in here. This is non-ethanol, and it has seafoam as well inside of it. All right, so the front hatch, I ran my battery forward up here. In here I have like all my registration, all of that good stuff. I have my fire extinguisher here. I have quite a bit of tools in here that if I ever needed to work on the boat. I have a shut off here so I can shut the boat completely down right there, or if I'm running power, like this is for storing it. Obviously if I'm about to take it out, put the power back on. Now I have power throughout the whole boat. So right here I put on a little I guess you would call it like a battery percentage reader, but this basically tells me what my battery percentage is at. It was at like 90 something, 93%, but I just used it a little bit, so now it's dropping back down and configuring where it's at. So it's at 91% right now. From what I've figured is that when I take it out, I'm using about 5 to 6% per time that I take it out. So I'll probably only have to charge it like once a month or something like that if I'm actually using it quite a bit. So also I have safety equipment down here, thanks to Heather. More registration and stuff like that. Just paperwork that I need to have on me. So that is that. This right here is my 9 to 17 Super Stick push pole, which also allows me to use it as a shallow water anchor because it's only 9 feet when it's collapsed, but it does extend out right here. I can drop it out and it extends out another 8 foot. Super nice and convenient to have that on the boat. And on my poling platform, I had 2 welded on rod holders on the top, and I usually will use those just for extra storage, or if I'm going to be trolling or anything like that. If I'm trolling with lures or whatnot, I can throw a couple rods up there, troll with lures in the back. And right here, I had them add on a custom shallow water anchor pin right here. So I don't need to run like a power pole or anything like that. I can just stick it down real quick, be done with it. All right, so up in the front real quick, since we're on that, I had custom Gheenoe do a pin up here as well for a shallow water anchor. So super nice, super clean. Moving on to the live well. I went back and forth on this boat many times of wanting to have a live well, not wanting to have a live well. I wasn't really sure, but I use live bait quite a bit, and my old LT10, I was able to run a Yeti loadout bucket, and I would keep my bait in there, but it kind of took up a little bit of room. So the lady that helped me with this was Allie, who now works for Big Frank's Outdoors in Georgia. Shout out to Allie, because she really helped me on this build. Did an absolutely phenomenal job, and this thing turned out perfect and just amazing, and just honestly like exactly how I imagined it in my mind. It turned out actually even better, if I'm not gonna lie. So I ended up going with a live well in the center box because on my old boat, which I'm super glad that I went with an LT10 to begin with, because I learned quite a bit about the boat and how much I use it and what things that I use and what things that I don't need, and so. So a lot of people will jump into buying an LT10, and some people will blow, you know, $25,000 on a boat like this. My boat does not cost anywhere near that, because I know that I don't need like the center console. I don't need just all these little add-ons that make this boat like super bougie. Like, it is a shallow water skiff. I think simple is best. Honestly, I've done a lot more electronics on this boat than I ever did on my LT10, but they were things that I felt that were necessary and that I would absolutely use. So we went with the center box live well, and that is because when you're running the boat, right, whoever is sitting here, there's no need for them to stand up and get into there to get their phone or anything like that. On this boat, I can keep phones here. No need to get into this box unless we are completely stopped, and then you can use your live bait. So it is plumbed for about 7 to 8 inches of water. So the water line will come up to about right here. This is my water intake that comes from the aerator. And then this is just a plug cap right here that I have on here right now, but we'll take that out real quick. I'll just show you how this works. So it's kind of funny having a hole in your brand new boat. That's how it works. So it is plumbed as like a little flap right here. You can actually see below the trailer. So the way it works is that you put your standpipe right here. You put that in there. You turn the water on. The water flows in. Once it gets to the top of that standpipe, it overflows in. Now you can run this boat without that plug in here, but you will get a tiny bit of water will come up through that flap. The water pressure keeps it up, but when you're you know, in choppy water and things like that, a little bit of water will splash up. So I would never rely on this box completely as a dry box unless you have this little plug right here, which is a 1.5 inch. and then you can just tighten it down right there. It's actually meant for PVC, but it works perfectly. So yeah, I have been dreaming about this boat for so long now, and I'm honestly like still in shock that I even own the thing. It is probably, I mean, I don't have a ton of experience, but for the kind of fishing that I do, shallow water, inshore, every now and then I will go off the beach, maybe a mile or so. That's, you know, perfect conditions, you know, 2 miles an hour out, no chop, no big boats in the way or anything like that. Nobody's gonna wake me. This boat just does everything I can possibly imagine and then some. So like I said, big shout out to Custom Gheenoe for everything you guys do. You do phenomenal work. I am super thrilled to have this boat. And another big shout out to Allie over at Big Frank's Outdoors for helping me put this thing together. All right, so I'm gonna go enjoy this boat on this beautiful sunny day. It is the beginning of January right now. I don't know when I'll upload this or if I even will upload it in January. It might be February for all I know, but yes, I'm gonna go enjoy this boat, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.